Hi everybody, welcome to the Soulful Soul. My name is Gladys and this is your weekly pick a card reading. Something really interesting happened with these dice is three of them fell on this fist bump image. So group 1 is Coyote Spirit, trust in Divine Detours. And you get the green dice. Group 2, you have Pick Spirit, use your mind wisely. Group 2, you also have the fist bump, but a white one. Group 3 is Cat Spirit. Cat Spirit, and it says claim your independence. And group 4 is White Raven Spirit, and it says trust in the magic. And you got these glasses, these specs fell on that, and yours is like a peachy dice. One of them is plural. I can't remember which. So that's group 1. You have the green. Group 2 is the white. Group 3 is that's olive green, and that's a green, darker green. And this is your coral type dice. Okay, I'll give you a moment to make your choice and then we'll get on with the reading. I just want to say, I'm struggling to get everything into the camera, so I will just try to make sure that I show you the picture. Okay. Welcome back, Group 1. You've chosen Coyote Spirit, and it says trust in Divine Detours. And you get the fist bump. So I think that you are being big upped. I think your fist bump is from the divine, from your ancestors, your higher self, or whatever it is you believe in. You are getting a fist bump, and I think it's because you are being willing to roll with the punches. Whatever life has thrown at you, you've accepted it as part of your journey, and that's big. It takes a long time to get to that place of being willing to just roll with things, especially when it feels like hard to understand. So let's see what the guidance is for you, Group 1. What's your guidance for the week ahead? Let's see. You get the Queen of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Crossing that, you get the Hermit. What you need to think about is the Hermit. And in the near past, you get the 7 of Cups. You get the Moon in your unconscious, which is a card of the unconscious. That represents you. That's what's around you. And that is your advice. Beneath the deck, you get the 5 of Wands, which is about, in here, it's head stuff. But it can be you being pulled in many directions, feeling pulled in different directions, Let's put that there. I'm trying to work with my camera, play nicely with my camera, or get it to play nicely with me, so that, oh my God, so you can see the cards clearly. But if I obsess about that, I'll get it right. I'm going to get help in getting this right at some stage. But if I obsess about that, then I'll never, the reading goes out of the window. So just bear with me, please, Group 1. So you get the Queen of Cups at the center. So feeling quite, maybe the week ahead is going to be a week of feeling quite loving and open-hearted. And maybe there's a need for that. Maybe that open-heartedness is towards yourself being loving towards yourself. You get with it the Wheel of Fortune. It's like you are accepting that a cycle is changing, and maybe you are ready for something new in your life, like the cycle. I feel like the cycle is changing for the better. Perhaps you've been going through a hard time, and now the cycle, it's time for the cycle to change. Maybe you've done a lot of work to bring about this change as well. And so I think that's about the big ups, that you've been willing to allow the cycle to close. You've done work. I'm not sure that will be different for you. Or in the near past, you had this cup, the Seven of Cups, which is a card of choices. So perhaps you were inundated with choices in the past, and maybe you're feeling like the Queen of Cups because you've made a choice of some sort, an emotional choice, a choice about something that fulfills you emotionally. What you need to think about is the Hermit, and you are being encouraged to continue this walking, going within. I think you've been doing that, and maybe you need to, I don't know, this theme of stock take keeps coming up for me. In my readings, and even in my psyche, in my well, it's come up a lot. In fact, I wanted to do a little write-up about that, and the stock take is this. In this case, it's about you looking at this journey that you've been on. I think you've been on this deep journey that has allowed you the strength to do the divine detours, to allow the divine detours. And you're being asked to look at what you've learned. I think I get this sense that, so what I'm getting is that there was a conscious choice that you made. You realized, for whatever reason, it could even have been advice here, that you decided that you would look at things from a different perspective, or you would start doing something differently. And that something differently might have been taking your spiritual pasts more seriously. I think that you are being encouraged to look at that and do a kind of a check-in on what has changed for you since. How have you grown since that decision that you made? I think that's really lovely, group one. You get the Moon card in your unconscious, and that can speak about fears. It can speak about this hidden thing, and I think that's why you're getting it with the Hermit. It could be that a Virgo is important to you because it's the only sign that and a Cancer. It could be two people in the situation, and a Cancer and a Virgo, or Pisces and Virgo. That's a possibility that might resonate for you, but I think that more importantly, I think you are really being invited to go into the depths of this mystery. You've done the work of trusting in divine detours. Now you are being asked to go deeper into the mystery by maybe leveling up as well in your. There's something that this journey is leading you to uncovering within. It might be fears. It's something within your unconscious. It might be fear or whatever. But these things get clarified as we go along, especially as I draw clarifiers, we go deeper into that. But that's the sense that I'm getting. You have the Two of Wands. And I'm not seeing the Two of Wands as like being complacent here. It's about you. That's the theme for you, is this going within. Really, that's what I'm feeling. It's like, I'm going to get the card that I'm thinking of in this other deck, which I'm going to clarify with the Osho Zen deck. I'm going to show you, and you, my lovely friends that are watching this, are deep, and I believe that you will take from this what is right for you, you know. The card that I was looking for is the experiencing card. It's the Three of Wands. Oh, interesting, right? That's Two of Wands and Three of Wands. But my point that I wanted to make about that, look at that card and look at this card. Can you see what I'm getting at? It's like living life fully with your senses. Group 1. I think that's what you're being encouraged to do. It's so beautiful. And for each of you, that exploring with your senses will be different. But I want to share you one little thing that I do. And I read this somewhere many years ago, and so it's not my thing, you know. I didn't originate this. I did do a meditation using it though, but it's this: sit outside or wherever in a quiet space. It takes a few minutes. Just be aware of your senses. Take in with your eyes. Look at whatever you're looking at. Take it in, you know. Do the same with your... Then what I normally do is, once I've taken everything in with my eyes and really felt it, you know, looked, I close my eyes in order to get in touch with the other senses. And then you go through all your other 4 senses. You go through your sense of touch or feeling, you know, like the wind against you, or just your body against the seat or whatever. You listen to the sounds. You taste what's in your mouth, what taste you're tasting, and you smell, you know. And it's so powerful, because I feel like that leads, well, why don't you just experience it and see what happens for you? And I would love to hear your feedback as well. So that's you. Around you, you get the Four of Wands. So there's this sense of stability that you're building around you. It might be that there are people around you who are making you feel, despite whatever's going on, the sense of security, the sense of security, the sense of feeling stable. You know, sometimes we have those rocks in our lives that no matter what's going on, they just make us feel secure. So perhaps that's what's going on around you. If not, but I think that is important. So maybe you need to think about that and be thankful. Give gratitude to those people or that person in your life, you know. Your advice is the Tower, and I feel like you are being told that it's time to rebuild. You know, you've got the Wheel of Fortune there and the Tower. You've got this mystery, this fear, maybe this. Can you see there's a journey there? There's a journey inward there. But this work, and there's the third eye as well there, you know. This work has led you inward, and I think now on the outward it's saying it's time to rebuild. So there's something in your life that maybe you are working on rebuilding now. Let's see what the Oshozen clarifies. You noticed I'm not doing an outcome card. Let me know if you want that. But, you know, it's in any case potential outcome. But I'm focusing more on the story and the advice. Okay, I'll take these first few. This one's starting to come out. Oh my goodness, beautiful. Wow. Very beautiful group one. Oh, and look at what shows beneath the deck. I love that. So let me just put it there. Okay, so let's do our clarifying. Oh my Lord. So I've put the camera out somewhere else so that I can get a better angle, right? But the only problem is now the camera's cord has to be in my path because my laptop's on the other side. So Oh my God, it's just ridiculous. You have to be here to see it and appreciate my struggle. Group 1, you get with the Queen of Cups this is the Four of Swords, and it says postponement, but it's about delayed gratification, it's this whole thing of trusting in divine detours, that you've been willing to look within, you've been willing to do that thing that I was saying, and maybe you'll carry on doing that, I think, for the week ahead. But it's leaving you a place of calm and peacefulness within, sense of self-love and lovingness even towards others. I mean, it's so beautiful because you get crossing it. This is the King of Cups, that's the Queen of Cups, that's the King, this is the King of Cups. So it could be a relationship that's flourishing, and I feel like if that's the case, it's you've done a lot of work in healing this relationship. But if it's not a relationship, it's about you finding balance. You've been willing to go within, and now the cycle is changing. It's like you found this balance, emotional balance, and it is a continual process, right? It doesn't just stop there. We carry on our journey, but you are at this moment in this place of finding this emotional balance, this balance between your Queen and King of Cups, emotional left brain, right brain balance, So you're more a creative side and your more intellectual side, your more grounded side, and your more nurturing side, that kind of thing. And it's beautiful, and I think it's taking you to a deeper space of more exploration. In the near past, you get with the Seven of Cups, this compromise card, the Six of Coins. In this deck, seems to be quite negative. The Six of Coins is about finding balance. And maybe you did compromise on something, and compromise is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just depicted negatively here, But look, these are twins as well. So maybe you compromise for the good of a lovership or of something, a partnership that's quite important. You get with the Hermit, and what you need to think about, the new beginning, the Magician card. Look at it. Look at it. This is what I was describing, right? That appreciation of what's around you. That doing that little meditation. I think if you did that for the week ahead, that would be so awesome. And then just free write and document your feelings, your experiences of it. I think that will be so beautiful for you, Group 1. And then with the Moon card, you get this exhaustion card. You get the exhaustion card, the Nine of Wands, which is the Hermit, the wounded warrior, often associated with the Hermit, even though the Hermit represents an earth sign, and this is a fire. But nevertheless, the Moon is also a 9, 9, 9, and 9. So these cards are all related. Perhaps you are being asked to let down whatever burdens you are holding. You've been trusting. Continue to trust. It's like a mystery is unfolding. Some answer is coming to you. So maybe what this is also saying is try to let go of your fears. Trust in this divine road that you're being led on. That's in your unconscious. The cards depicting you are that Two of Wands. Gosh, Group 1, I think if you haven't got your message, it's so clear. Look at this, that, and the Hermit, and you get the postponement in the middle, which is the Four of Swords, which is about taking time out to meditate. So you really are being encouraged. I think you have been doing this going within, and you're being encouraged to continue on that journey. And maybe for you, it's simply about appreciating everything around you, that experiencing thing. That's your message. That's your key message for the week ahead, Group 1. I would love to know what unfolds for you. I think that something is on the cusp of happening for you, and just do that going within and see what unfolds, please. And please share it with me at the end of the week, or even in a message. I would love to hear. To me, it looks really, really beautiful. It's almost like a pat on the back. That your fist bump is about you having trusted and just listen to the guidance and doing the inner work, And you get, with the Four of Wands, you get the Temperance. This is Temperance. It's a card. And look at that. That's about balance. That's about balance. It could even be a divine relationship. This is the card associated with Twin Flame, the 1111. So whatever's going on, it's quite significant. And look at that. I always associate this yin yang with Twin Flame. So there's two strong messages. I said twins here, and I wasn't even thinking about this, but there's two. There's possibly a really divine and significant relationship that you've kind of manifested or opened yourself to, let's put it that way, and something beautiful is going on, and something, maybe it's been difficult, and the cards would suggest that you are putting down the burdens, and whatever fears you've had, maybe you are confronting them in the week ahead. Whatever's not worked, it feels like a change happening. Even if that change is only within you, I feel it's more practical change as well, because we have the Wheel of Fortune. But I do believe that the change happens within us and we see it on the outside, even if sometimes the outside takes a bit longer. We do. Something goes on. And you get the Tower, and there you get this chance to rebuild something. And with the Control card, this is the King of Swords in the reverse. So rebuild. That's the advice card, is that you're being called to rebuild. And maybe that's also where the stock take idea comes in for you, is what have you built and how do you take this forward now? And it's, what I'm feeling like these two cards and this card, because this is a king and that's a king. It's like this queen does no longer need negative, harsh energy around them. They need this healing, masculine energy around them. So it could even be that the people who are watching are divine feminine, whether you're so it could play out in so many ways, right? You could be a woman, a person who identifies as woman. You might not be, but you might identify more with the divine feminine energy, and you have maybe had this harsh energy around you, masculine energy around you, and it's like you are coming to this place where you are ready for a nurturing, healing masculine energy around you, within yourself and within love, because it really feels like there's some divine partnership going on here, Group 1. So I hope this helps you, Group 1. I hope you can see yourself in it, and please share with me. There's so many wonderful little exercises you are being encouraged to do, Group 1, and really I feel like something's going to be revealed, and I'd love to hear what that might be. Okay, Group 1, if you like this reading, please give me a like. Please share with other souls, and please give me your comments. If you feel safe to give your comments in the comments below, please do that. And if not, just drop me a line on email or WhatsApp. I'd love to hear. Okay, Group 1, have a wonderful week ahead. Bye. Group 2, you chose Pig Spirit, and you chose the white thing with the fist bump. And your Pig Spirit says, use your mind wisely. Very interesting. So let's put your fist bump up. This one feels very much like getting a reward If you do, don't really like that, but yes, we do reap what we sow, no? That's a scientific law, that what you put out, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So I think that's the feeling I'm getting, is like this is not so much guidance as it is an instruction. Use your mind wisely this week, group 2, and maybe that's for me. And yeah, maybe. Let's see. Use your mind wisely, group 2. That's the Ace of Swords. I love that Ace of Swords, but it is in the reverse there. Let's see. Oh gosh, I think I take it back. This is not my reading. I don't want it. Don't want this reading. Okay, so you get balance, patience in reverse, 7 of coins. Something going on here with you, group 2. Something, I don't know. Let's see what unfolds, because it unfolds as I read. Let me get a clarifier for your central cards right off the bat. For that Ace of Swords. Oof. You get the 3 of Cups. I think I know what this is. And 10 of Swords for the turning in, for the, I don't know why they've made the 4 of Cups the card of the 4 of Swords, that kind of reversed it here. So it looks more like a 4 of Swords in this direction. So you need clarity. You need to be clear. You need to use your mind wisely, group 2. I think group 2, maybe there's too much, sorry to put a judgment on it, but sometimes we need that. We need to haul ourselves up by our bootstraps, or whatever they are. Maybe our knickers are falling to the floor and now we need to pull them up. Oh, I'm being silly. Too much frivolity, maybe. That's what I'm seeing. Maybe too much focus on the wrong things. I think, group 1, you have something important to do this week. It might be writing a report. It might be whatever the case is. And you are being asked to be disciplined. I think that's what our message is. Let me say ours, because I think this is my reading, and maybe I'll choose another so that I can have some soft energy too, because this is harsh. But it's it's crossed by the listening. We need to listen this week. We need to go within and let that dictate what we do. Man, I'm getting writing energy. Maybe it's because that's my energy, but there has been this negativity, or maybe negative behavior, or a behavior that's not working for you, for us. But there's an end to it, or we can end it through taking time out, for going within. The 4 of Cups, this looks like the 4 of Swords, which is the going within card, but here, but it generally speaks about, wiping out all the destructive influences or noise or people's voices, going within. But the 4 of Cups also speaks about that offer from something higher. And so maybe we are being offered something from something higher in the week ahead, if we will go within, if we will use our minds wisely. Whatever we are working on right now is important, group 2. something you are working on is important. Let's just say, take an example of, let's say you have a report to do and you're dithering and putting it off, and I so get that. I know how that feels. Maybe you get away with it in general circumstances. You ask for an extension, but maybe in this one, your client or something, someone could have an off day, the person that you're writing the report for, and it has dire consequences. Oh, I'm feeling something like that. Group 2, just let me know. In your near past, you have politics, the 7 of Swords, and it's in reverse. Just look at this card. I don't even like to look at it, but it's like two-facedness. One face is being shown. Maybe you've been doing that, Group 2. And that's not, it just might be that you haven't been being honest with yourself and with others. You might be pretending that a situation is all okay with you, but it hasn't been. And there's the head, all the head stuff, right? I'm seeing this head stuff. Oh, I didn't even look at the Five of Cups. I swear they've, this is also like the, it is very much the Five of Cups, is looking at the, blocking out the possibilities, but just looking at them. This person's got a box over their head. It's like they are not willing to see the truth. They are living in la la land rather than confronting some truth, which would take courage. That's a 7. I'm going to see what these cards reveal for us. This is the card of the ego. This is the card of Leo. And it's about courage against all odds in this one here. This gentle flower. It's so unlikely it would grow amongst those rocks, and there it is growing. But you have that in the reverse. So there's something, I think, linked to that politics card that's holding you back from this flowering. And it might be yourself. It might be you playing these games on yourself. What are you lying to yourself about, Group 2? Very, very interesting. For each of you, that will be something different. One of the reasons I don't read the tarot as the ultimate answer is I absolutely believe we have the answers within us. And that's what I try to push people to do, is to explore. I try to make my reading so that you do the inner work, that you go and find those answers within. And I would love to hear from you if that's how you've experienced my readings, Group 2. Or anyone who's been, followed me from the outset, my readings, but that's my intention. You get the card of ripeness in the reverse. So there's something heavy going on with us. Look, let me relate it to me. I don't feel anything heavy is going on, but I do feel that I'm procrastinating about something. And that's the energy that I feel. For some of you, there might be something heavy. You might be concerned about money, which I can relate to as well. But this one says ripeness. So there's something that's waiting to come to fruition. That's waiting for you. That's waiting for you. This is the surrounding you. It's the possibilities, but it's in reverse. So group 2, I think you need to be exploring. What is it you're putting off doing? What is it that you are clinging to here? I didn't even speak about the swords because it's such a different, I'm getting such a different thing from it, that you're needing to end something, Group 2, some behavior that's blocking you. You are being blocked by some behavior, I think. Your advice is the Fool card. Jump, listen to the guidance and do what the guidance says. With the Patience card here, I think we are being called to be a bit more impatient now. Patient is waiting and waiting. Now the baby's ready to be born. That's what I feel. And that's what this reading so far has been. is telling me. And I think it's look at this. The Seven of Swords flies out. Either there's someone around you that you know is not good for you, and you will know when I say this, you will know, or you are not being your own best friend, dear hearts. You are not being your own best friend. You are not working in your own interests right now. You are trying to, it's not intentional maybe, but there's a game being played either by someone around you or by you. Let's see. Okay, we've got that. Why not? Healing. Beautiful, beautiful. And then Spirit comes along to just let us be gentle on ourselves. Same kind of card there. Oh, wow. Wow, beautiful. And then we get the Three of Wands beneath the deck, and it was in the upright. So it's like waiting for your ships to come in. In this case, going out to meet the ships, looks like. But just floating there easily, knowing that the ships are coming in. So to clarify this energy in the center, this needing to go within, needing this clarity, needing to get at it, to cut through what needs to be cut through. And I'm really getting this feeling of writing or editing energy, like when that's a cutting through. And I keep thinking, okay, you can say what this means. You can think about what this means to you. I'm getting that thing, that saying, the pen is mightier than the sword. And yet for me, the sword is also the pen, like in this case. I think about a penknife. That's one of the tools for writing, right? Or accessories. But where am I going with this? But there's that feeling, I got the word studious, being studious. Maybe you're writing an exam you need to study. You have research that you need to complete. And I'm getting here that the frivolities need to be put aside. Just remind yourself they're for a time only. And you tuning in, going within, turning in, tuning in, going within. And this Ten of Swords, it's the end of something. You can choose to make it the end of this Three of Cups energy, that for now you need to focus. You can put there's this thing about you being your own worst enemy. How are you being your own worst enemy, group 2? Think about that. And how can you be your own best friend? But there's healing here. If we want it, there's healing available to us and wishes coming true. I think that this whole thing is about something really significant to you that you can make happen. Just if you listen to the messages that are coming through, you get 2 5s. It's about change, the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Coins. And that's interesting because I was thinking this had the 5 of Coins energy. 5 of Coins is like feeling like an outsider. See that our eyes outside, it wants the money generally. It wants the stability of what's inside, the warmth, the feeling of safety, whatever. Let's think about this. Where are you being stuck by your own thoughts about being an outsider? Maybe there's something in your past where you've always felt outside of things, and that might be getting in your way, group 2. And we get the Courage card again, I think you are filled with fear, and maybe that's where you're being your own worst enemy. I'm so sorry about this. So sorry about this. I've twisted this whole darn thing. But yeah, I think that from the past, that outsider thing is the thing that's making you afraid. But how do you like that? We get it with the death card. So you have a chance this week to let die something very significant that's maybe been holding you back. You get the Seven of Swords with the Fool. There's a chance for a new beginning. This is in your recent past, and maybe you've been trying to step away from this politics, this thing that hasn't been working in your favor, whether it's outside people or yourself. You've been trying to move away from that, and I think that this reading is the encouragement. Yes, you're on the right track. Do that. You can do that. And look, we get a beautiful card with this ripeness card. A reminder that you're the Queen of Coins, beloveds. You might be an earth sign. You might not. But each of us has this ability within us to be as abundant as we can be, to enjoy the richness of the earth. And I'm not saying that glibly. I know we have different circumstances, but I feel for you, just own your ability to create something abundant for yourself. That queen needs nobody. She can choose to be. They can choose to be with somebody or people, but they are cool on their own. They can create their own wealth, their own stability. And with the possibilities in the reverse, this feeling stuck, I think this is saying this is around you. It's time to move, and it doesn't have to be a speedy movement. With using the mind wisely, I think that let's say you are working on research. Research requires you to be meticulous, and the Knight of Coins going slowly. Research requires you to go slowly, not to rush, right? So I think that your two energies for the week ahead are not the rushing energy, but the moving forward slowly and steadily. It's this meticulousness of the swords. The swords. Swords have been very present. And the steadiness of the coins of the earthy nature. So think of earth energy and swords energy. Swords is of the mind. Swords is of the intellect. Swords is words. Swords is thinking. Swords is going within. Coins is moving forward, doing the practical, putting one foot in front of the other, especially with the knight who's slow moving towards this. And then you have, as you advise, the Fool card and the Six of Swords. This is such a reading of self-empowerment and awareness. It's like your big up is waiting for you at the end of the week. See the end of the week as where you get your fist bump from Spirit. And so take from now, look at the negative habit that's getting in the way, or this negative outside influence that you have to walk away from, have a death with. Confront these things where we get in our own way, or we see ourselves as outsiders. Look for that. Look for what that is, what that fear is associated with from the past, where we feel like we are outsiders. So anyway, the question is, where do you feel like an outsider, and where does that come from? So do that exploration, and we are then responsible for this leap of faith. In fact, not even a leap of faith. It's taking the steps forward so that we move from whatever the rocky waters are to this beautiful still water, calm. And I think that the still water in this case is about some kind of stability that we are wanting. It could be emotional because of the water, it could be intellectual because of the swords, and it could be financial or material with the coins, and it could be all three. And just to close off, let me say, see that as your endpoint. Do these things and then see what happens, and please share that with me. It's just the week ahead, and that's why I like this message also of one step at a time. So if it's too big, we can wallow in negativity. But if we just see it as one step at a time, it's just this week, and every day in this week I will take one step towards whatever I'm supposed to be doing, or this behavior that I'm trying to change. I'll do one of these activities or this advice. And and then just see at the end of the week, look back and share with me. I would love to hear. Okay, group 2, let me leave it there. I wish you a wonderful week ahead. May this be abundantly beautiful, and may you take yourself forward on whatever this journey is. And may you confront this, whatever this fear might be, and this feeling of being an outsider. Send you lots of love, group 2. Bye. Welcome back, group 3. You've chosen Cat Spirit, and it says, claim your independence. And with Cat Spirit, you also got the fist bump. And yours is the little green dice. It's like greeny blue. So maybe you are being, let's see what the cards say, something to do with the throat chakra, throat and heart chakra, because it's like a combination of green and blue, speaking truths about something. Let's see, maybe to do with your independence, group 3. Well, the Hierophant wanted to come out, but let's see, I'll put it there with your advice. You get the Devil card beneath the deck, so maybe you are dealing with either letting go of some place where you felt trapped. Group 3, let's see what comes out in the reading. And maybe that's why you need to claim your independence. You get the Prince of Cups in the reverse, with the 5 of Cups in the reverse. I think that you're letting go of a relationship. Maybe a relationship is ending with something that felt like immature love, or love that wasn't complete in some way. And with it you get the 5 of Cups, but you do get the 5 of Cups in reverse. So I think, group 3, that you are ready to move on now. The 5 of Cups in this card shows all eyes on you. And maybe that's what you've been worried about. And now you are getting to the place where you're saying, well, those eyes don't matter. And now you are ready to look at the positive that's come out of this. So I move on towards my 2 of Cups. I leave the 3 cups that have spilled. I move to my 2 of Cups. And the 2 of Cups is it can be about new love, but it is also about twosomes, and that twosome can be that twosome within, that balance within, that divine balance between the masculine and the feminine. And I use masculine and feminine because I think that we can all relate to those energies, but it's like yin yang. It's like, although if I think about yin yang, it's like left brain, right brain, you know. So good on you. And you get what to think about is the Emperor. This is the energy of Aries, but it could speak about you coming into thinking about power, group 3. I think that power is a strong theme for you because you get it in what to think about, and you get it here in the form of the Devil, both very powerful major arcana, or at least major arcana that deal directly with the issues of power, how we use it and abuse it, or could abuse it. But you've got them both in the upright, so I think that you're needing to think this week about how you use power, how you let go of, use your power to let go of things that make you feel trapped, or when you take back your power. That's the theme for you this week. So claiming your independence is about taking back your power. And in the near past, you get the Prince of Swords, which is about clarity. Maybe you had a message or something happened that has given you clarity on something. And it looks like you're ready to move forward with speed, maybe. Beneath the deck, you get the four. In your unconscious, you get the 4 coins. And you know what I'm seeing here is you are afraid. You're afraid of this beautiful butterfly that wants to be birthed. So you'd rather keep yourself stuck in something that's familiar. You know, this card is just a reminder not to hold on too tightly, because you never know what's waiting for us when we let go. You get the Queen of Cups, so you're feeling in this lovely, loving energy, group 3. So hold to this energy for the week ahead, especially, thinking of the Ho'oponopono now. Be loving to yourself, but also in any situation, just say the Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And you know what? Don't bring your head into it. Like for me, it doesn't make sense. But when I say it, I can feel a shift in the energy. And it doesn't matter what I'm saying it for. I will project it onto a situation or onto a person I might be having a difficulty with, whatever. And I'm going to use this as well for myself. I'm going to remind myself in a situation. And it's a situation just with me. It's my own energy that I must work with this. And that's it. It's about self-care. It's about sending love to whatever situation you're in. Just try it, group 3. Around you is the Hermit. It could be that whatever you're dealing with, there's someone that is withdrawn from you, or a situation feels like it's withdrawn. It might be you that has felt like you needed to withdraw, but I think this is outside energy. And maybe it's been uncomfortable, but I feel like you are shifting that energy now. You just need to reclaim your power, group 3. We all have the capacity to stand on our own, we get the Ace, and for your advice, you get the Ace of Wands and the Hierophant. New beginning, move forward confidently. And with the Hierophant here, it's like, I think that you might, maybe, what's happening is that there will be a new beginning, maybe with an institution. Maybe you'll be offered something, something new. And I know I interpreted this as a relationship because it's 2 cups in the center, but it could be work or project where you felt unfulfilled, but you're ready to move forward. I think all systems are go. And your advice is to also, I feel, trust in the tried and tested. And maybe that tried and tested is you yourself. Trust in yourself. But if something has worked for you in the past, hold on to that, whether it's spirituality or religion or an institution or an institutional knowledge, or something that for you has been tried and tested. Just call on that. If it's reading or gaining more knowledge about something, do that. The situations are so different for different people. Some of you are dealing with relationships. Some of you are maybe academics, dealing with academia. Some of you might be dealing with school, but look at the tried and tested for you, what has worked for you. But I think it's linked to this claiming your independence, because it's about a reclamation in a way of your strengths. That tried and tested thing, Some hard energy here for you. And I my cards are completely shuffled here. You know, they're not just reversed. So you've got a whole lot of reversals now. Let's see. With your central card, this Prince of Cups, I think that something has exhausted itself. It's run its course, and it's maybe left you depleted, but it's time for it to end, I feel. Whatever this Prince of Cups energy was, something, it might have been something that you were working on. It could be a relationship. I feel like it's a time for letting go of that. And with the Five of Cups, you get the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So you are letting go of these feelings of being trapped and of guilt. Maybe you've been feeling guilt with all of this. Let's say it's a relationship. You've been feeling guilty because maybe you're the one that's walked away or walking away. Even as you've held on, you've held on because you've been concerned with the spilt milk. Maybe you've been concerned with what people think. But I think you're ready to leave, and you're ready to untrap yourself from this feeling of being trapped, Group 3. And then in your what to think about, you have the Emperor, and you have patience in the reverse. So in taking back your power, just remember to be patient with yourself. That's what I see there. In your near past, the Prince of Swords really moving forward, and you get it with the King of Swords in the reverse, the Queen of Swords in reverse. Oh, so you have been, there's this energy of wanting to move forward, got clarity on something, we're ready to move forward, but something maybe held you back. And the Queen of Swords in reverse, the first word that comes to mind, this can be spite. The first word that comes to mind is spite. But maybe it could even be someone lashing out from hurt. When someone's been hurt, then they lash out. So it could be that energy in your near past. So just, that's it, Group 3, like that. And then in your unconscious, you get the Four of Coins, this butterfly that's waiting to emerge. Just, you need to let go of the holding on. Whatever it is you're holding on to, you'll let go. Loosen it tightly. Loosen it lightly. It doesn't have to be like complete letting go. And you have with the going with the flow, which is the Ace of Cups, which tells me it could be emotional. But you have not been, these cards are saying the same thing, is that you've been holding on too tightly, and maybe your unconscious, your wisdom, inner wisdom is wanting you to just let go. Just be like this person in this picture. And if you're finding it difficult to let go, use this image and picture yourself in that very water, because that water's got beautiful colors. It's got greens and purpley hues, and blues, and so filled with peace. For you get the Queen of Cups, so this need to nurture yourself, and with it you get the Eight of Coins. Now the Eight of Coins in reverse, I feel like maybe you haven't been doing enough of, maybe you need to go out, but I'm not thinking party, I'm thinking go out in nature, appreciate the road, sit outside if you can, put your feet in the grass, call up a loved one and say, hey, let's do something interesting today, let's go for a walk. Do something that you wouldn't normally do, Group 3. But it all in the name of nurturing yourself, and do your Ho'oponopono. Trust me. And by the way, I've asked Group 1 and 2 deep readings this week to also share with me your feedback of these suggestions I've made and how they've worked in your week ahead. Then you get around you is this Hermit, so this withdrawal energy, and the Creator, which is the King of Coins in the reverse. wow, this is like earth energy, like a Virgo energy. So it could have been an earth sign that has withdrawn from you, or you've withdrawn from an earth sign, but there's some kind of withdrawal from, it could be a literal withdrawal, like funds, because I keep saying withdrawal, and it's about finances or abundance. So see it as it could be that around you. Wow, and then you get the Queen of Coins in the reverse in your advice. Oh, but this is advice, right? The tried and tested comes again. The Queen of Coins is tried and tested, right? That's the nurturer of abundance. So have a nurturing role in your next steps, whether it's towards yourself or towards another or towards a situation, group 3. Just keep on calling on the tried and tested. Take your steps, move forward now with confidence, and trust that you can build. If I think about this, you have the King of Coins in the reverse in what's around you. So maybe what you had was the King of Coins in the negative. So you had maybe abundance or material possessions, but maybe it was in a negative way, however that plays out for you. So let's just say you're a CEO, you've had all this abundance. Now you're going through some change in your company, maybe you've gone bankrupt or whatever, and so that's toppled. But you had this in the negative, and that negative is where you didn't appreciate the people around you, or maybe you held on too tightly, or you had a different attitude, like a negative masculine, and you're moving toward a positive feminine in terms of material and material wealth and material abundance. And that doesn't have to be financial wealth, but it could very well be. It's the Queen of Coins. But you're moving forward with such a different attitude towards that. At the same time, you know how to use the tried and tested to maybe create this abundance. You know what resources to draw on. The Hierophant is about knowledge. It's about knowledge, tried and tested knowledge, and you have all systems go. Move forward now, group 3. So group 3, I just realized, I'm doing group 4's reading now, that I spoke about the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. You got the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, and I called it the King of Coins and the Queen of Coins, which is really interesting. But just take it as I read it, I just wanted to clarify that because I just realized what I did. But in fact, you got the Wands, which are more about passion. So you can read them that way, about passion and creativity. But I really feel what was meant to be read was read. Okay? Okay, group 3. Yours is a little bit shorter, but very meaty, I think. I hope this helps you, group 3. And the one thing that I didn't see is in your beneath the deck of the other deck, you had the 8 of Wands in the reverse. So just be careful about communication. Communicate clearly this week, group 3. Be careful about any miscommunication. Okay, group 3, I hope this helps you. Please won't you like and share with like-minded souls, and give me a comment if you feel comfortable doing that in the comments section. If not, share with me on WhatsApp or email or whatever. I'd love to hear how this read for you. I wish you a wonderful week ahead, group 3. I send you lots of love. That's what I wanted to say. Bye. Welcome back, group 4. You chose White Raven Spirit. And it says, trust in the magic. And your number is 66, which is a master number. Very powerful. About balance as well. Trust in the magic. Beautiful. And then you get the glasses, the specs. It's like 3D specs or sunglasses, Beautiful. Maybe you are either there's something in this week ahead. Let's see what the cards say. That's about seeing and not seeing. Either something will be revealed to you, or you are going to be, the reading is going to talk about being willing to not see. Let's see what the cards say. Nice. In the beneath the deck, you get the Dream, which is the Six of Cups. Maybe this is about past life, love, or something from the past. That's nostalgia. Maybe you're feeling nostalgic this week, or something from the past has a bearing on what's going on. So you get the King of Coins in the center. So there's something. There's a lot of abundance around you. You get it with the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Interesting. So you're feeling quite stable, but there might be an unstable energy around you, group 4. But we'll see what happens around. Oh my Lord. I try. 4 of Wands, participation. Look at that. It's like I spoke about that the other day. Hands washing each other, people looking out for each other. That's a Zulu saying. It's so beautiful. Hands washing each other, and it's about people supporting each other. So there's something, as the 4 of Wands, it's about stability again. There's something going on with you about stability. And maybe for you, it's about calling on other people to support you if you need their support. In the near past, you get this, the Ace of Coins in the reverse, but look how beautiful it is. So it's such a still card, eh? But the 8 of Coins in the reverse can talk about an outlay of money. Instead of an offer coming in, it might be that you've had to offer money out, or you might have lost some money, group 4, or that's in your past. Despite what's going on, you have at your core this stability and the ability to create financial abundance or material wealth. But it's crossed by some energy. The Knight of Wands can, look at it, intensity. And in the reverse, it could be a lack of intensity, or it could be this in-out energy, which the Knight of Wands, I associate with the Knight of Wands. In your unconscious, you get it says postponement here in reverse. Wow. You know what I feel is like something that's been postponed. Maybe you are also going to get all systems go. Maybe things are going to start moving forward now. Group 4. Around you, you get the comparison card in the reverse. I think this is an oak tree and that's a bamboo, and they both have different purposes, right? And that's the point of this card. But maybe you are letting go of comparison, and maybe that's the thing that's been holding you back. So you maybe you feel, I'm not a bamboo and I'm not an oak, I'm nothing. And maybe you're starting to realize that every little thing, but every creature, that ecosystem, and that's where that comes in. There's an ecosystem, and we all have a role to play, and we all have something magical to offer. And I think that's what you're realizing. You're starting to realize the magic of what you have to offer. And you have this card of aloneness. So maybe you've been very alone, and physically maybe even, and now you're coming out of that. It could also be that you've raged against this need to go within, and now maybe you're going to start going within. I feel like it's a coming out of that. In your advice, you get the Tower. So maybe, dear hearts, you are being encouraged to rebuild something, and maybe it's something from the past. Maybe something that didn't work out in the past is going to work now. You know, you're being given a chance to rebuild it now. Maybe on a more solid foundation. Maybe the foundation is solid, but it just needed some reinforcement. Something like that. Beneath the deck, you get the Emperor. This card it's about stability. Yeah, I think you're working on building stability. I think that you're also being encouraged to believe in your ability to create this stability. Maybe you're starting over, something over. With the King of Coins, you get the High Priestess in the reverse. So I feel like you struggle with seeing yourself as the King of Coins. This represents earth signs. It would be Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, but it's representing you. And you might even find that you have one of your planets are in the sign, not necessarily, but you might find that your moon is in Virgo or Taurus or Capricorn even. It would be interesting. But you have not seen this in yourself, which I think is what your reading is a lot about. Is trusting in the magic of you, and around you is, well, you can choose it. I think that what this is saying is it's time to move forward now, that you have learnt so much from the passing of time, that you now have the ability to move forward with more confidence, but also with much more balance. There's no rushing here in this chariot. Although the chariot does speak about moving forward swiftly, you are not rushing. You are willing to do things. The sphinxes, if you think about it, the sphinxes are magical, right? So there's some magic going on around you. The High Priestess is magical. And I think you haven't trusted in the magic of you, and now you are being given, guided to move forward, knowing that you have the ability to handle the horses, especially that the two horses are sphinxes, right? They are deeply symbolic of deep inner wisdom. So trust that, dear hearts. And this card always makes me think of something also deep, like the ancestors, the passing of time, the ancestors being watched over, or having that. There's a pregnancy here. And this is the card of being patient. And then you get the card of participation with it. So I think that you have more resources at your disposal than you think. Trust in your process, but also call on people if you need support. And in your near past, you get this financial outlay kind of thing. Amen. Okay. This is almost a message for one person if they are watching this. Your offer, that keeps coming up, and maybe it's for all of you. Maybe you've had this energy of this offer and you've not known what it was. It's the very thing that you felt was not an offer. The very thing that you felt was a taking away from you is that offer, group 4. So there's been a lesson in whatever you've been going through. That is the key thing. That is the offer. Your offer is not a material offer. It's a deeply, deeply spiritual one. 6-6. And in your unconscious, you get this postponement card. It's like all systems go, I said. And then you get the judgment card. Oh, sorry. So you get the judgment card with the all systems go. This thing of doing an inventory keeps coming up. And for you, I feel the way what it's asking you to do is whatever's been going on. What has it revealed to you about your magic, the magic within you? What has it revealed to you about the emperor within? What have you learned in this time of maybe a hard time of losing abundance or losing stability? What have been the lessons? There's treasure there, really there is. And you get this comparison, and then, your comparison might even go back to childhood, like you might have had to fight for your place in your family. Maybe you come from a big family of 6, or you might have felt you fell short of your siblings. You compared yourself with them, not realizing that you are you. You are magic. They are magic. You are magic too. One of them is the oak, one of them is the bamboo, and you're something else. You're butterflies, and you are all this sweetness. You are of your ancestors. I don't know. That made me want to cry, Such a beautiful message for you, Group 4. If you've chosen this, really trust that you've been guided, and all this time, if you felt unheld, you've been held. Really, God. Okay, and so now I know what this hermit is about. I think it is that you're moving away from this alone time to this time of sunshine. And more wisdom. Look at those eyes. More wisdom, but maybe your wisdom that you've gathered has been from having to withdraw, and now you're going to get wisdom from a more joyous state of being, because there were lessons you had to learn, Group 4. And then your advice is to rebuild. Look at that. And you know what I think? I think that you're rebuilding with so much love for yourself, so much more love for yourself than you've had in the past. You are going to value this beautiful soul that you are, this King of Cups that you are. You might not even be a King of Cups, but you are going to emerge so much more emotionally fulfilled. It's like you will have the emperor energy, so this belief in yourself, and your ability to create stability with your belief and trust in your emotional strength. Oh gosh, man. And your reading, my beloveds, is a bit shorter than the others, but it's not shortchanged, The readings this week have been, I'm going to get you one more reading, one more card, because there is time. Maybe I'll get from one each, and let's just see, maybe it's advice. But the readings this week there's something really beautiful going on for you, dear hearts, for all 4 groups in very, very different ways, but for sure. Look at that, man. Okay, I'm going to show you the cards beneath, because I think they are significant. Letting go of this politics, of the games that you play on yourself, letting go of the hurt. Letting go of the hurt, or confronting it. That eye is looking straight at that heart. But that's beneath that's beneath the deck. I think it's under the surface of, it's what is driving all of this, or has affected all of this, is the need for that. And then you get one last piece of advice. 4 of Swords. Take the time out to keep going within. Just sit still. for 10 minutes. Sit still, empty your head. Try. Or do what I said for group 2, and that is sit outside or wherever, open your eyes, drink in what you see with your eyes, then close your eyes and then listen. And do that as well. Drink in what you hear, smell, taste whatever you're tasting, and feel. So just sit and be in touch with all your senses and see what happens. And please share with me what happens, what you feel. And you get it with it, the creativity. So beautiful, group 4. You are coming to a time of balance, I feel. The Empress comes up. You had the Emperor and you get the Empress. So you're coming to the space of finding the balance of the divine masculine and feminine within. And it is a journey, let me tell you. You will find it and then you will feel like you've lost it. I'm just saying this because it doesn't stay forever. But what I can guarantee you is, should you be intentional in your journey, the next time you have a dip, because life is like that, we have ebbs and flows. Next time you have a dip, you will realize you will have all the spiritual strength to draw on, and you will realize that, I'm learning a deeper, I'm learning this lesson at a deeper level. And that's what I'd like you to take with you. Whatever's going on, you'll keep on. If you are being intentional in your process, in your spiritual journey or your self-growth journey, trust me that you'll firstly just enjoy this time of balance that you're going into, and trust that your lessons will become less severe, not severe, but less turbulent as you go along. You might find a dip, but it will be less of it won't be like a chasm. It will be a little donga that you jump into. Okay, beloved group 4, I hope this helps you. I'm blown away by the beautiful readings this week, and I wish you a wonderful week ahead. Please please subscribe if you haven't. Please share with like-minded souls. Chat with you again soon. Bye.